some of the disadvantages or negatives, if you will, Cincinnati versus Cleveland in making this decision. Can you expand upon that at all?
Yeah, look, Cincinnati put together a great proposal, and I worked with them. I represent the whole state of Ohio, so I also worked with Columbus and Cleveland, and was pretty involved from the RNC side too in looking at the various options. And I think with Cincinnati, honestly, it all came down to one thing, and that is that we didn't have the venue, which is the arena, that was up to speed for what they needed. They needed more luxury boxes. They needed some guarantees as to what might happen between now and 2016, and it's expensive. And Cleveland, on the other hand, has a more modern arena, and they've kept it updated. It's where the Cavaliers play, so they've got a professional basketball team there. And I think having that NBA team and having the bigger arena was the major difference. My hometown of Cincinnati, though, also had some other great attributes, including buy-in from everybody. It was really a great effort. It's just that we didn't have the facilities to be able to host it at this point. We will in the future. I think what this has done for Cincinnati is it's given us a wake-up call that we do have to modernize the facilities and be sure that we can attract big conventions like this one, not just political ones, but I'm talking about conventions generally and tourism generally. And so I think it was a good process to go through, and I think we learned a lot in Cincinnati from the process.
Okay. And why do we care in Cincinnati that it's in Cleveland versus Detroit or some other, or Vegas or some other location?
Because we want it in Ohio, I mean, it's going to be great for Ohio, and
Yeah.
we're going to be taking a lot of busloads of folks up from Cincinnati. Certainly a lot of people who volunteer for me and help me are going to have the opportunity to go up to Cleveland and participate, be involved in this. We want it to be a big show. We want it to be inclusive. We want to bring people in, certainly from all over the state, but even all over the country, and be sure that we're sending the right message from Cleveland, which is one of the Republican Party being a party that's got ideas that affect every one of our families and that work for all of our families. And I think that message has got to get out for us to be able to be successful in 2016. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great for Ohio's economy. They say that the tourism dollars that come in with a convention are really helpful for the local economy. But they also, I think, sometimes discount the fact that just having an Ohio venue is good for our whole state. In other words, we'll be showcasing Ohio. And in this case, Cleveland, not Cincinnati, but we'll be showcasing the heartland and showcasing some of the extraordinary, venues. And in the case of Cleveland, a beautiful lake. Cincinnati's got the beautiful river. But, I think it's going to be good for our state. A lot of people, I think, have an impression of Ohio that's not accurate, and it's good for us to get the correct impression out there, which is we're open for business, we're a great place to come, to visit, for tourism, to live and work, and so I think that'll be good for us.
Okay, and my last question would be, and obviously it's what Cleveland just asked, do we anticipate having a nomination announcement out of this convention, or tell me about the path that takes to, obviously, a presidential race in the future?
Yeah, I mean, the convention is the launching pad for a presidential campaign, and in the past, our conventions have been pushed back further into the August, even early September timeframe. This one's going to be relatively early. It'll probably be at the end of June, maybe the first part of July, and so it will be an early convention. And probably be a little more anticipation, a little more excitement around this convention than the previous one, because we knew who the nominee was going to be in the previous one. Probably by June, I would guess, maybe July, and then we didn't have the convention until late August, I guess it was, or maybe in early September in some of the recent conventions. So this one will be sooner. I think it will be exciting because it'll be the true launch of the campaign into the summer and into the fall.
And what do you think about you being the nomination?
Oh, look, I'm fortunate to get to represent our state right now in the United States Senate, and I plan to run for re-election to the United States Senate. And it's frustrating in Washington, I will tell you sometimes, particularly because we're not getting the things done we should be for the people of Ohio. But I enjoy the fight. I enjoy fighting for Ohioans, and I hope to be able to continue to do that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. You're not missing anything here in Cincinnati. It's going to be cold and raining in about an hour or so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then we got some ugly weather last night, and we're anticipating a little bit